Welcome to Fit Club Vegas, the ultimate fitness destination for visitors. Drop in for a day pass and experience our 10,000 square foot fitness playground. At Fit Club, you'll find state-of-the-art equipment and a sound system so good you'll pitch your headphones. Conveniently located 7 to 12 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, Fit Club is a perfect spot for you to come get your pump while visiting Sin City. So come check us out at 4525 West Hacienda, Las Vegas, Nevada. Fit Club Vegas, more than a gym, it's a vibe.
Pacific West Injury Law. Injured? Call 602-HURT. Car accident? Call 602-HURT. Our firm is dedicated to you and your recovery.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah. All right, we're back. Another episode, Cutler Cast. The mind's in the office, and the talk of the New York Pro.
You got to bring that microphone to you.
I changed my nickname, you know. I'm Classic King. You didn't see that?
Why?
Tarek, Linda Murray, and Tim proclaimed me best classic physique of all time. So
How does that make you feel?
Classic King.
Who you?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? I mean, it's obvious choice.
I mean, those abs were glued to the spine.
It was obvious choice. I like.
Here he says it was an obvious choice. Nobody else could beat him.
There's no way.
Okay, who is the best classic of all time?
Chris Bumstead.
Yeah. First of all, would you
Bob
make?
Paris.
First of all, would
I
you?
would make.
would
you're
you?
talking
You
old
all
school,
time.
Yeah.
You would not have made the weight cut.
I would not even close.
No.
No.
Yeah, Bob Harris was good. I mean, Frank Zane was good.
Exactly. That's what I said. This dude. Charles Kleiman was
Wait,
good.
Robbie Robinson couldn't be in that, or
He would
Kinda.
have made the weight because he wasn't huge, right?
Ali Labrada,
yeah,
Francis
Lee Labrada.
Buffato.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Flex Fielder, of course, especially that 93 version.
He would have made weight
He
Terry
actually-
Pastel made
Pastel, yeah.
because he was 5'11", and that's like 220 something. Wasn't Flex in the teens? 213, 215.
Yeah, something like that. 213, 216 at Arnold Classic, yeah. Anyway, I was like 20 plus pounds over.
Over, yeah.
That's how huge you were.
Yeah.
What do you
Exactly.
think? What do you think about like a classic plus category?
Yeah, so we need another
Yeah,
category.
we did another category, yes.
There's one in between classic and classic plus. It's
Yeah.
an extra 2 pounds.
Hold on. I know what he's saying.
Because
Because he would be a classic plus.
he could be a classic plus champion.
Do you think you were the most classic look at the New York Pro?
The New York Pro? I think so.
In the open.
Yeah, in the open. Yeah,
You know,
in the open. Yeah.
Now that he mentioned it, because everybody's coming, oh, your aesthetics, you look so classic, but you're open. Maybe that's where this idea came from.
Yeah, it is. And a couple of people came up to me. One guy after the show, he's like, "Man, you're like classic plus."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why I got it.
I think that classic.
How does that make you feel, though?
Good, because that's all.
I mean, you won the show as a classic guy.
Yeah, and honestly, I've always been a fan of the classic look, keeping the waist tight. Like I don't want to, I don't want to have a blown out waist. That's essentially what classic is, nice tight waist. So I mean it's ideal for me.
V-taper.
Yeah.
All right, so talk a
Aesthetics.
little bit about your experience in the New York Pro. I mean, it was your first show of the season. Everyone, let's address Pittsburgh first, okay? You didn't do Pittsburgh, which was only a week prior. There's a lot of questions. Kind of give us a rundown of why.
Why I didn't do it?
Yeah.
Literally, it just boiled down to like I needed that week to get better. It was like each week I was monitoring progress. I had actually kind of written both of them off. I was like, maybe I was just going to do Cali first. But what happened was I just, I put my head down, working as hard as I could, doing cardio in the morning, cardio like midday, and training hard, dieting my ass off, and, with no pressure. Because in my mind, I just said, you know what? I'm not going on the stage until I'm 100%. So it didn't matter to me at that point. I hadn't signed any contracts that I'm doing the shows. And that's what it came down to. And I wanted to make sure the next time I go on stage, I'm where I want to be, and I felt that about a week out from maybe 10 days.
10 days out.
Maybe about 10 days out from New York. I'm like, you know what, I can do this. I feel like I'm ready. And this show was, New York, or the next show that I was going to compete. I had a long time off, it was going to make or break me. I needed to show up a certain way.
What'd you think about the lineup with Good Vito dropping out? Martin missed the mark.
Martin missed the mark. Yeah.
Nick Walker controversy. Like, who do you think should have won the show?
So the way I see it is, obviously I watched it, and I see all the feedback and whatnot too. I believe Nick was winning the prejudging, right? He came out very, very strong, and then it was obviously the night show was basically a tie, and then they just posed them, and from what I know, Nick started to fade a little bit, and Derek didn't, and then they gave it to Derek. I mean, okay, so like people that were actually there. I wasn't there. I wish I could have been. The event looked amazing. Mm-hmm. The people that were there said, some people that watched it through the TV, robbery, right? And the people that were there, a lot of them say, no, Derek was clear winner. So, but then it goes both ways. So honestly, it's hard to say.
Chris and Dennis saw Nick clear way. Yeah, Steve Weinberger saw Derek. Tyler Mannion saw Nick. I mean, it was really that close. And when we were analyzing here, if you remember, I was giving a first round to Nick and then second to Derek and back and forth. So, it was really that close.
Yeah, I'll tell you, after watching New York, I was there in person in the front row for the finals. Mm-hmm. I don't know how anyone can beat Nick Walker.
Really? He is so muscular.
I'm serious. Like, I don't see how Derek could have beat him the week before. I watched Derek win the Arnold. Nick is just a next level. I mean, it was Nick and then everybody else at the New York Pro. Like, he was first, second, and third, and then it was the rest of the show.
Wow. Yeah. Seeing is believing. Nick needs to be seen in flesh.
Yeah. He's overwhelmingly large, muscular.
Yeah. You see, you don't get exactly that idea from...
You don't see it from pictures.
You don't. Pictures or videos.
You really don't.
Really?
No.
So when they're showing this comparison with now, I just saw something with him and Samson, and Samson's structures, like, blows him away. So does Derek, if you really compare the structures. But the problem is you deal with a different animal when they're standing next to each other on a bodybuilding stage.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of poses. Nick doesn't have a lot of weak poses. Like, we criticize the front lat spread, but in person it
doesn't look
and he's got a lot of other poses. Like, I mean, he arguably had
side chest.
The best back. He's got the full combination now. Because he's got the arms too. We talk about that. Like, Derek's got the crazy back, but he doesn't have the peak. But like, I don't know how big Nick's arms are, but they're ridiculous.
They gotta be on the other side of 23.
And his legs have improved. He's a much improved, and I was told he wasn't even as good in New York as he was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I mean, there was comparison.
Hey guys, Jay Cutler here. If you have not heard already, I launched my own TRT clinic. TRT Kingdom is now live. If you guys want to schedule your consultation, please click the link below and you'll get all the information you guys need for better health.
Okay, New York, he had a tighter hamstring maybe from behind, and in Pittsburgh, he had a tighter abs. But listen, he's making his body a little bit more aesthetic. Mm-hmm. That front relaxed pose I was actually quite shocked. First time I've seen it here in this TV. Like, oh, wait a minute.
He looks incredible.
Yeah.
The last time he went on stage, his waist
and then
was tighter.
He improved the balance because legs are definitely bigger, even the quads from the front. Yeah. You were saying since 3 years ago, 2023 Olympia, nobody touched him in side chest and pretty much side triceps, the most muscular.
Yeah.
Now, back double biceps, he beat Derek in that pose, which is unthinkable. So this argument, he has a lot of poses going.
Watching him in person, during prejudging, he didn't control his midsection as good as he did as a night show.
That's the only criticism I have too, is when he stands on the side of the stage,
he lets it out.
He lets it out.
Yeah. Right.
But when he does his quarter turns and he pulls it in, it looks he can hold it in so you don't see it.
Now, because he does that when he's sitting back from the line, does that even matter? Do they even judge?
Judges are human beings,
I think, yeah. When I'm standing on the side, I'm like trying to stay as tight as I can without using as much energy as I can.
You've heard this from Steve and Tyler and everyone. As soon as you walk on the stage, there's eyeballs on you and you're being judged.
Every angle.
Yeah.
Every angle. It doesn't matter if other guys, if they see you off to the side and you're like this and someone else is slouched, that affects how they think of you.
I wanted to touch on one thing. We were talking about how his legs have gotten better. Okay. I don't know if you've seen even comparisons. They put some up of, side leg, front, from Nick from the last show that he would have done. What show was the one before?
New York.
Was it New York last year?
Yeah.
Okay, to this one. Okay, everyone says, you especially quads. To work the quads, you got to be like feet almost together. You've seen how Nick trains his quads, right?
No, I didn't see him.
You haven't seen?
I don't watch.
He is out like wide and like this.
Really?
And it's working for him though. So I wanted to see what you think of that.
I mean, listen, there is no way that you don't get. So, of course, if you put a foot down and push from the ball of the foot, it doesn't matter if a little variation. Jay and I, we like to keep it closer for lateralis, right?
Yeah.
But I was telling him yesterday, he was on live with the Tarek. When you do the quads, you have to feel exact pain, exact burn in exact part of the muscle that you're training. Okay, so if you're just doing it and you don't feel it, okay, but so first you have to find that pain, okay, foot position, whatever, and here is where it's burning. Jay and I were many times watching at your videos and see that you switch from quads into hamstring glutes quite often because that's just your natural way of pushing. So I told you this a zillion times, you don't want to hear it. Shut off everything out and just put it on the quads. Yeah. Because your hamstring glutes, God knows you don't need.
No, you had the best.
Iota
the best from behind. Your legs are phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like the best, almost the best in the lineup. I would say zippered. Obviously the back looked great. We always criticize your arms, right? Get better. But like for as far as like he had the cleanest look. With the cords and the hamstrings. So, your legs look phenomenal from behind. Just from the front, you need more.
They need more beef. They need more beef.
You got long femurs, so you really need to.
Many of us
legs have to be that.
Unfortunately, like that's what I've been dealing with. Is like all off season, I've had like an issue with my left knee. So I've been like doing everything that I can to make it better. Leading up to the contest, you could see a lot of videos that I used the newbie, the electro stimulation. I would put like most of the pads on that one and then maybe 2 on this one. And just to really try to get as much out of it as I can. But I've been doing a ton of body work. I've been doing a ton of foam rolling, a ton of mobility stuff. And honestly, the knee is feeling amazing. So I can't wait to be able to start training hard.
It could just be you have some really
tightness.
tight. Yeah,
100% it's tightness. I've done like hours and hours this week of work on them, and like literally like half an hour.
Wouldn't like a Pilates, like you used to do that?
Yeah, but I don't. He needs just mass, man.
No, I mean just to keep the stretching so that the pain.
Yeah, you got to keep the fascia.
He needs a great therapist. He needs to be able to work under the kneecap.
And I have now. So, so what I wanted to get at is literally. I used to step up stairs, and I'd have to almost push up with my glutes hams just to get upstairs. Like the knee hurts
to pick up
like
the
that.
quad.
Yes. Yeah. So think about when you're in the gym, right leg's working more, quad, like glutes and hams working more on this side, but I've worked it out. Now I go up the stairs, the right side hurts a little more. So that means there's nothing over here, and now I need to do more work on this one, and they're going to be perfect for the off season. Or improvement season.
You're in the perfect position now. Listen, I mean, this is my ideal case scenario. He burned all the body fat, and now he has so many shows he can grow into the show. You didn't see when Regan stepped on the stage. Dennis and I were going crazy.
Yeah, well, Cicito told me the same thing. He said he was winning the show.
I mean, yeah. So because you see,
he wasn't compared though.
When you see Nick, it's hard to believe that somebody can beat him. But of course, on the basis of structure, aesthetic, shape, and now size, he was very competitive. I couldn't wait. And then Dennis said that stupid thing that he says, give him 2 minutes. I said, come on. But it was like a curse. I'm telling you, because I've never seen. I don't know why it happened. I have no explanation, of course.
Yeah.
But if you can bring that fullness and maintain that fullness, holy hell.
Yeah, thank you.
You're competitive in every show you're
I
in.
think this weekend we've gone over the data. We see what went wrong, and I
You
think
just too depleted, you think?
yeah, and just no sodium. Like I don't want to say no sodium, but too low.
If he had another day, it would have probably stuck, and it just didn't stick. Between that, the tan was off.
Traveled too late?
No, we got in there.
No, we were early.
Well, we had.
Well, you
it
got
was a long-
delayed.
Wednesday
and shit.
afternoon.
yeah, like the travel day.
I would say in watching it, it was his first show in a year and a half. The tan was a little bit off.
Yeah.
The carbs weren't sticking and need another day. Between all three of those,
Should have
things-
gone a day earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told you that. Remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
I said, fuck, you're
Because-
going late.
Because every time you
Yeah.
travel, the next day the body is still off.
I know, but that's the problem. When he said, you were going to Steve's to look at the body, and he's like, well, Regan doesn't hold water on the flights. I'm like, your body still
I
hurts.
honestly
just
like
wasn't
it took Matt. He had to ask me a couple times. I didn't want to go post for Steve because I'm like, I know I don't look my best right now, but at the same time, I know the opportunity.
That's why I always came, like, even Olympia, even being in California, I'd come a week early just so get acclimated,
smart, yeah.
be settled, get the body.
This was also 3 hours time difference. God knows if you slept the night before,
And the
Well,
travel.
they didn't
Dude,
sleep
we
because
took
they left at 6 a.m.
we
A
had
6 a.m. flight.
to get to
So they had to be to the airport at 4.
yeah, and to get to the hotel on the other side, we had to take 3 flights.
So
3 flights.
long story short,
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
we were
That's
we
a
were,
travel expert,
we were flying into Newark, and Newark has all the problems.
Yeah.
So we switched our flight 2 days out, went from Vegas to Denver, Denver to LaGuardia. We're thinking, okay, we're going to bypass this. So we get to Denver. We start flying. An hour before we land, there was a storm. None of the airports in New York would they allow anyone to land. So we'd circled, and the pilot said, we're going to run out of gas. So we landed in Pittsburgh. So we sat on the ground for like 2.5 hours. So by the time we got to LaGuardia, got our bags, got the Uber,
Just bullshit.
it was a 12.5-hour day.
Slim.
Yeah.
Slim's.
He doesn't let me take direct
Travel.
flights.
Yeah.
We're on a direct flight. If we would have taken that direct flight,
Should have gone
Newark.
straight to Newark.
No. That one got delayed 3 hours. They couldn't land either. They redirected to Buffalo. They landed in Newark an hour after
What
we.
I'm saying is you should have gone early.
Yeah.
Another day at least.
I have that flight.
Because we were good. We came in on Thursday night. We
Yeah.
were 100%.
Well, you took the red eye, so that was probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, I have the same flight on United for June 5th for UFC.
Yeah.
Where is it?
To
To
Newark.
Newark, yeah.
Yeah.
And then back to show me all this, like, oh no, let's change
I
the
think it'll
airport.
be okay by
Like,
then.
I don't want to change the
They
airport.
just had a problem for
I
like
just
3
flew
weeks.
in and out of there. It was
Just
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
When we flew out, we
flew
were
out.
fine. We flew out, we were fine. It just there was a period
United-
of like 2 weeks. They've just had
Yeah,
problems
United,
in
yeah.
Newark because only one runway's working, and then they had the
I had no
air
clue.
traffic controllers that took time off.
But okay, before we see the footage, backstage when you were pumping up,
Yes.
you felt great. Or
Felt good. I was like, I'm ready to rock. Yeah.
You see yourself in the mirror somewhere?
No.
There's no mirrors?
Oh, no mirrors. Just flexing,
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to see. I was pumping up a little bit, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we could get into more details of like what also was the problem, but tanning has always been an issue, right? The whole new tanning system, it's very difficult. Like basically, this is a new tanning company, Ice Tanning, who is taking over the tanning. Usually I work with Pro Tan Alisa, right? And she's great. She knows my body. I go there and they have some sort of a bronzer mixed with a super dark, okay? Alisa knows that they don't use bronzer on me because bronzer makes me sweat. I only ever use super dark. So right there was already a problem. Okay, so we go to the backstage, and then it's time to glaze up. Okay, glazing up. The Pro-Tan glaze has almond in it. I'm already allergic to it. I can't use it. I bring grapeseed oil. Okay, I used grapeseed oil at the Olympia. I didn't sweat at all. It was perfect. Well, what did they do? Covered me in it.
Yeah, you.
Covered me in it. You saw how shiny I was? It looked cool for about 5 minutes. And then
You look like someone dumped a bucket of water.
yeah. Like I
So
love
your tan was running by the end.
Yeah, but so you got the bronzer that I'm already supposed to not have. Then I've got the grapeseed oil, which is usually okay if it's just kind of dabbed on, but it literally pores just covered. And of course, in 5 minutes under those hot lights, you're going to sweat. And once I started sweating, I go back off from the walkout, the first time, and I'm starting to sweat. They're patting me down. You know how it is. They start patting you down. Okay, they're peeling the tan off now. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It just becomes a nightmare.
Yeah.
So that,
It's okay.
yeah,
We'll
like
learn from it.
We've learned from it. We're already got our first coat of tan already. We're doing it ourselves.
Okay,
So,
are you going to do it yourself?
we're doing all of ourselves.
With a what, little brush?
We got rollers.
Britt self tans herself like every week. So we're just going to use Pro Tan,
Sponge.
the sponge,
Yeah.
and she's
Like
Like
a normal sponge, not the
to me.
He's not telling you this. He shows up to the house last night and he's got a roller like a paint. He's like,
yeah. I don't know. I was like, I don't know how they do it. I've seen
remember-
people do it before.
They
just
use a
the
roller
small,
like
the
this
small
big.
one.
Tiny one.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Who impressed you, Regan? How is Krizo in person?
Krizo's huge, man.
Yeah,
Like,
looks
honestly, he's a big guy. He's obviously like 6'1", right? He's a little taller than I am. Insane shoulders, insane arms. Legs are good too. I mean, missing the glutes still a little bit, obviously. I'm just being critical. Midsection isn't the best.
Yeah.
You know, he has a little bit of distension, but then
Shoulders and arms are nuts, right?
shoulders, arms are nuts, but the posing's not so good.
You know what it looks like, and you'd know this just because you did so much body work. It looks like he's pinched and he can't
did have
pull
a
his
shoulder
shoulders
issue.
back.
Yeah, he literally needs
Yeah.
he needs to do a lot of
Because he
exercises.
can't pop his back out. Because if he could pose,
Oh,
he's a
man.
problem at
Absolutely.
a threat to win any show he's in.
His back double actually had so much detail, right? It was
He
just,
just
like
can't.
pinch,
He can't get his shoulders back far enough to pop it. His lats.
His condition was impressive. Even his lower back was like dug in. So I mean, it's just a few things he needs to fix. Really.
Yeah.
He was, and seeing Nick in person, he's going to be a problem at the Olympia.
So hold on, that statement.
I'll say this: if the top guys are not at their all-time best,
He'll slip in there. Yeah.
he
I
could.
asked him yesterday because
He could win.
I've seen the video that he says he's going to be top 3. I'm like, that's not the Nick I know. Nick would always say, I win.
Yeah.
So he chose his words. He said, I'm going for win, but
I think that's smart. I think it's a good look. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
But he never sounded cocky, arrogant.
No,
He always sounded confident.
confident.
Yeah. I love that.
Because you know why? He doesn't shit on anybody else.
Yeah.
He just says, I'm going to win. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When you start shitting on people, that's when it's a problem. I'm better than you. It's
like you suck. I'm going to win.
As we get further away from guys competing, like we don't think about Hadi and how crazy Hadi is. We do talk about it, but like it's like, hey, don't forget I'm here. You know, we can always talk about Derek and like, can Derek win every show he did in 25? That's the question to be answered. I think I predicted his legs would be bigger in Pittsburgh. They weren't. They were actually downsized. Now, people say that he had better qualities than the Arnold and some, like there were some worse qualities. I think the fullness wasn't as apparent, and that's what, when you were going against a beast like Nick, who was his biggest ever and in crazy shape with improvements, it's hard to deny that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the whole planet thought Nick should have won. And the more I see it
in person, yeah.
I can see that. Like we sat there and said, oh, yeah, we agree with the judging, but it came down to like, okay, one decision of one judge to say it's going this way. It was like the first time ever. So when they say it was close, but then, you know, I talked to Nick's mom about it, and she's like, it wasn't close. And I had other people tell me that too. It shouldn't have been tied.
What did Steve tell you? Because he talked to you.
Steve said he looked great. But he just,
But
listen, Steve's one judge.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nick, it like switched back and forth. Just like I think there was like some judges had, you know, one guy one show and then the other guy the other show. So I think that it went back and forth. It was that close because, listen, you're dealing with a guy with crazy shape versus a guy with just ultra mass. You saw it with Nasser. Like where do you place him? Like against Sean Ray aesthetics or whatever.
But also Nick gets conditioned like
with the mass.
as good as
I know, but
outside out.
like think about Nasser and Sean Ray beating him. Sean Ray at what do you weigh?
200.
Yeah.
Say it.
And he still beat Nasser, and you don't think that possible. But if someone's off, but if it, like we talk about, Nick Walker's condition is just
nuts. Yeah. Derek doesn't leave impression of super condition from the front. he always.
If
does
he's
some
not
side of
spot
it.
on, he just isn't as impressive.
Yeah.
And we called this. We knew that this might be a little hard for him. Obviously, stretching out the diet that long. And
do you remember me saying this like 2 years ago or 3 years ago? If it was Nick and Derek,
Yeah.
it would be very hard for Derek because Nick can
remember
just
that
out
position.
muscle him. And he's even better now. And what's going through my head is going into the Olympia, some of those top guys don't always get in the best shape. And the only other person that's that consistent is Hottie. And no one's talking about Hottie. And it could be a Hottie
I watched,
Nick show.
Listen, Hottie could have possibly won last 3 Olympias, right?
Yeah.
He won 22.
He could have won every
23.
Olympia he was in.
Yeah, that's what
there's
I
an
said that
argument
too.
for it.
Yeah.
I watched the 2024 Olympia final call last night. I
really?
mean, like, really.
There's an argument.
If Hottie's lower back was a little more conditioned, he won.
Yeah.
Literally, that was the only thing that I saw that he was just, I think he's just been more conditioned in that area before. And then obviously, when you come up a different way than before, they judge you on that, and it's.
think about this Nick Walker in the Olympia that Samson won.
Yes. Yeah. See.
He would have won. Nick would have won.
Yeah, but listen, Samson beat him at Arnold Classic. Also, there was still discrepancy in conditioning. Nick out-conditioned him, and Samson beat him on just like sheer size and shape,
But
so Nick,
put a
as
lot
he
of
said
size
yesterday, he's going to always beat Samson in his conditioning. So
He's
he
put
better
more
bring
size
it,
on it,
right?
though.
But Samson has that just God-given shape and thickness and width and aesthetics.
Do you know why I'd say
know?
Nick would have won? Because Samson never beat any of those other guys until they were off. He'd never beat him in his career.
You know what concerns me? We don't talk about Samson's back double. His back has always needed improvement.
Great.
Nick
now.
Walker's, but I don't know against Walker, man.
Okay, so he might lose that pose. Listen, I don't want to be biased, and I'm not biased because I'm not his coach, but I think that Samson going into the Olympia, same or similar conditioning, that's what he was always saying. I don't need to be as conditioned as Hadi. I just need to be close enough, right? Which I didn't agree with this. You just give you all conditioning. If you're 300 pounds, strip down 20. You're still going to be the biggest guy.
I'll go to 280. I'll look 300, 310.
I mean, he showed up
Right?
at the Arnold. He missed the mark,
Yeah.
and that's what concerns me is he should have known this is what I need to come like,
Consistency.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, okay, what brings him into the Olympia at perfect?
We are talking about hardest worker. I don't know exactly how hard he trains, but I could pretty much bet my left arm that he's the hardest worker. That's how convinced I am, right? So I mean, him having a whole year off, he's going to come looking crazy. Yeah. And I watched interestingly, just like he did Olympia from last year, and I don't think that Hadi is that much off from the back if you really see him, but because you see from the front different guy, and then you expect the same kind of condition from the back, and then you remember Dorian Yates having all these fibers on the lats, and then Sean Ray had it, right? Flex Wheeler had it, and he doesn't really have.
Was he really off from the back, or was Derek's back so ridiculous that it made him look off?
Yeah,
because from the front.
yeah.
What's the cameraman think?
Yeah.
Was he unbelievable?
They're not going to be able to hear him because the cameras.
Uh-huh. You were in New York.
You were looking through a lens.
I was looking through the lens, and I was chilling, watching. I have great footage of it. Nick's just very freaky and imposing and huge. And then Derek, I just felt was prettier. That was it. And it was just like, it wasn't as gnarly, whereas Nick was like crazy gnarly. So
It's not the pretty contest.
I like it.
All right.
You want to put it on the You want to put it on the table and
Just
no,
put
I
it
know.
right there.
I'm just
low.
joking. I'm just
Okay.
You put it here.
just put it.
Just put it right there.
Blow it up your shirt.
You're fine. Well,
Yeah.
Well, we can't hear you over there.
Just show everyone what you got here.
Regan's got to have his own personal fan everywhere he goes.
So he needs us on stage. He's going to bring this on stage.
I'm literally going to carry it up with me. Yeah, right.
But yeah, just expanding on what we had said there, Nick has always been consistent. Hottie's always been consistent. Derek, for the most part, and Samson, he's always, I don't think we've seen him peaked yet, but he's within, he's never off.
Yeah.
But if Nick looks like he did, I'm assuming at Pittsburgh, and Hottie is like his normal self, like at the Arnold, they're, in my opinion, they're light years ahead condition wise.
You know why? Because I know Nick's going to stay home and train. You know, you see Samson's torn all over. I did this too. It does affect, training at home. I mean, Samson's got a crazy home gym now and all that. But when you're on the road, I see his tour schedule, which he's doing a phenomenal job as Mr. Olympia. I don't know if anyone has done this great of a job in a long time. Well, it's phenomenal what he's doing. So his representation is great.
Yeah.
I don't know what Derek's travel schedule is now, but like he's opening the gym. We know that's going to open soon. There's a lot of distractions sometimes. And Nick's just locked in. I mean, he's staying in New Jersey
he almost
now.
makes that a rule. Like he doesn't travel. Like he just doesn't,
That's great for the body, but it's long-term career.
Business,
it affects you.
Yeah.
Listen, I opened my gym, Coliseum, in '99 when I was still competing.
How stressful was it?
It was just too stressful. Yeah. That's why
You must have made a fortune, though, right?
No. I mean, I was struggling in the beginning, right? But just getting into the business is, I can still train. You can't train, especially not in their gym, when there are constant problems.
Yeah.
And they call you and they say, okay, I'm not going to do it now, I'm going to do it later.
Wow.
And I'm not the morning guy, really. Even when I was training twice a day, morning workouts would be like,
You don't make much money in the gym.
Why do you stay up too late? Or
No, I'm not a morning guy. I hate morning.
You don't make much money in the gym when people take all your RTDs.
That's it.
Shots fired.
Let's not talk about it.
what happened? They stole your RTD?
Oh, no.
That's not. Hunter doesn't let me talk about it.
Oh, shit.
So,
Somebody stole RTDs
Yeah, somebody.
in the industry.
Take a guess, guys.
We're not saying
No.
Leave it.
We don't want to get him in
Leave a
trouble.
comment below and who you think it is.
It wasn't Regan, J, or I.
No, because
That's all we're saying.
Hey, cut it out.
All right, so what we can do is, I got footage here. We'll start off. You had said you wanted to show just Regan coming up by himself, and then we'll go through the comparison.
Okay.
All right, guys, the new flavor Buzzin' Orange is available now. You can grab this over at jcutler.com. Make sure you check it out. We're having a sale right now. Liquid L-carnitine, 3,000 milligrams. You guys want to get that crazy metabolism boost? Let's go.
Are you nervous to watch yourself? Or
No.
Did you analyze it? Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. I've watched everything.
Everything, yeah.
Oh, you found the actual one from the prejudging. Okay. Yeah, this is...
I'm going to, if you want me to pause or
Yeah,
keep
pause.
Where did you find this, first off? 'Cause-
Don't you worry about it. I got my hookups.
Wow.
I found it on the dark web.
Come on, dude. You didn't share this with me?
I just got it 5 minutes before we started.
Okay.
Okay, there's this. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking of that first time when he was in a lineup.
Oh, okay.
That was super impressive. But listen, if this was before that, then it should be
This
the
is
same,
before,
right?
yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Prejudging. This is...
This
I
before
mean,
prejudging.
how good does it get? Look at the shape. It can't get any better. Of course, Regan's going to slap me if I say one more time you could do the abs better.
You can, though.
I saw him training abs. I'm going to pick him apart. I'll pick him apart.
Okay,
He
yeah.
needs to train
Let me
abs
in
more
more.
because I know he's not training his abs like he should.
Or posing. He admitted it.
Yeah, okay.
Video.
What we
I
talked
should be
about
posing
that.
more.
Okay, we're going to start here.
You guys
motivation.
don't even know what I've been doing. You'll see. You'll see the next time I'm on stage, boys.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, man.
Are you going to pick them apart?
Yeah, how shitty am I?
Oh, no, great. I mean, good. This is before he fell apart, or
Before.
this I missed this because I was doing an
Before he fell apart.
I was doing an interview. Yeah,
This is in the morning before the comparison.
This was,
I was doing an interview during this time, so I missed it.
This was a great look if the prejudge was only 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
If it was 2 minutes, he would have him and
I
Nick.
may have got
He had a
second or
chance.
first.
Second, yeah.
Second, yeah. Not
Okay.
first.
I said, just shut the light and look at the silhouette. This is pretty much perfect. Super small waist, sweeping thighs. I know that we talk about we want a bigger legs.
Still needs bigger
I was
legs.
gonna say I'm not happy with the legs at all, to be honest.
But separation is there.
Me looking at
Completely.
this from in the past, his biceps are coming up.
Yeah.
For sure. They used to be more flat across, and you're starting to see him starting to peak up a little bit.
Yeah.
So their arms have came a long ways.
I do. I think the lats are coming out a little bit more as well.
Mm?
Just a little bit
Chest was fuller.
for 5 minutes.
For 2 minutes. First
Do you
2
like it better with like this or when he pulls the vacuum on the front double?
That's the question.
I would actually go with the vacuum. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I
it's
would-
good to show both, but
I would do vacuum unless you do perfect abs. I know, and you know that I love you to that. I know that Regan never gets mad, and he actually got mad at me because I was saying, stop talking about abs. But if you can see it in one moment, that's what I'm saying. If one moment is perfect, you can have it for 2 moments, right?
Yeah.
And then 10 moments, 10 seconds. And if you
Do it
master
once, you
this
can do it, yeah.
with a static physique like this, that's, you know.
Guys, I would train the shit out of my abs, but I'm always scared I'm going to make it thicker.
Thicker, yeah, I heard
I'm
your
always
use
scared
weight.
I'm going to make
don't
it
use
thicker.
weight.
Don't worry
What
about
do you
it.
mean, but don't use weight? So what
It's
would
like you were
do?
doing. Just leg raises,
Leg
just
raises.
body weight.
You train for a stretch, for a depth. That's it.
Stretch,
You
stretch.
don't.
So just stretch, contract, no weight.
You wanna
Incline crunches.
you wanna feel them separate every
Like
time.
on a decline bench,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean.
So you like
Just find a decline bench, hook your legs, and
Would you say that is?
because it stretches and contracts.
Okay.
You know,
Look at that line in
rope
the middle.
crunches are good too.
I know you were going to mention that.
No, but it's so
It's
deep.
to the spine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, great pose for you. Just need legs.
Lat
you know?
spread,
Yeah.
lat spread, front lat spread.
You can
is
see where
ridiculous.
you know the. I mean, the upper body looks phenomenal because your shape is great. It's just the legs
man,
need to
I
be
know,
fuller.
I
You know.
Okay, front
I'll
lat
come
spread,
back.
he beats Nick.
Yep.
Even with the freakies, I know that you maybe don't agree. I would, because it's way too overwhelming. X frame and V taper and everything. Small waist.
Oh man, I need more legs, dude.
Yeah, you need. Yeah. Anytime you want to chain legs, I mean, I know the gym and I know the guy.
Yeah. After the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom. Improved, of course.
The chest is definitely came up
Yeah.
compared to the past.
What do you say?
It's a great shot.
And this wasn't. This was one of your
Look at-
weaker shots for a long
look at
time.
Jay.
Time.
It was,
Yeah. I had a really hard issue with
I mean, listen, he looks great by himself.
of course.
When you put him in a lineup,
Looks
it's
terrible.
you know.
Well, we're going to show him next
Yeah.
to Nick
Yeah.
on all these shots
okay,
shortly,
okay.
and obviously,
You
I
know,
like it.
Milos. Everyone looks great by themselves.
Kenny Jones?
He won his
shots
class.
fired. Okay,
Conditioning is phenomenal.
Yeah. Legs of
Looks
the
great
chart.
from behind. Yeah.
So look at his right quad sweep.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it from this side, right? That's a big leg.
Huge
You know.
from behind.
Is it? Maybe,
You know?
maybe I was thinking earlier. Maybe it's because I put it closer to the camera. You know what I mean? Like I do pike it back quite far. That I feel like my right leg.
you didn't put yours back super far, did you?
I feel like my right leg looks
Yeah.
like I know because my left knee is the one that was the issue all year. That my right leg is a little bit bigger. I know
It
that.
just amazes me that his legs look this good from behind and not from the front.
One thing that I see, he has a diamond sharp calves. I swear. You know when we were taping and yeah,
They don't look as big here.
but no, he doesn't log them. I mean, you-
even flexed.
I don't think I flexed them here.
You don't. You have to log them. I mean, I was doing this to the
got
point of
huge calves, bro.
cramping, and then yeah,
Yeah, you got huge calves.
You do, yeah.
yeah,
You're as big as anyone on the stage.
Really?
Yes.
and beautiful calves and
I
sharp
did
calves.
really. I don't know why.
No, you do.
Oh,
But imagine if you actually flexed them
Or train them.
or train them.
That'd be good.
So obviously, like in the back double, I don't know if how you, but peak the biceps more, so you know the elbows
So,
back.
okay, so-
to spread the back more. I don't know if you do it. Is this just locked that he didn't do it, or like let it roll
So
a
what
little
Steve
bit?
what Steve told him to do when we were there was lift the chest up more.
Yes,
there.
well, when he lifts the chest, the arms are going to be able to twist
arms
back,
back.
so the bicep peaks will look better. But it's also going to help you spread the back out more because right now the back is somewhat pinched a little bit. Let me just roll through it a little bit so we can see if he actually spreads it.
No, I don't.
No, see, he needs to spread it.
Very- like it did just a slight more.
Yeah.
But
But as you roll those chest up, it's going to bring the traps in on more detail.
okay.
And I don't know if that's because your shoulders are so big. I always had that, so it had to hurt for me to get into back.
It does, but that's why I've been doing a lot of like rotational exercises. You know, all these additional things you need to do It's just different at this level. I need to.
I like
small
that
things.
pinched for 2, 3, 4 seconds and then open up.
Okay.
So you show them both.
All right.
And this is also ridiculous. I mean, lat spread from front and from back is beautiful.
One thing Steve told me with these back shots, like when I went and posed with him, was to don't lean back so far. Stay up. So it's actually really hard to do, though. Staying up and then put your chest up without leaning back. It's not easy to do.
When he did it, when Steve had him do it, just sitting there, it looked like he gained an inch on each side.
Just
because it's with the chest up, it gives you that much more width.
Yeah.
Everyone's dropping their chest. I mean, Chris was doing the same thing when he was posing him.
Yeah, sticking the glutes up and leaning back, you get that lower lat thickness.
Yes.
And you have it there. You don't need to do anything else. Now just like a little bit more width.
Okay.
Good.
That's crazy. Yeah. I love it. What happened with the side tricep?
Oh, this was just him.
This was the minute that you have or whatever.
Out.
Yeah.
That's
but you'll see
1 minute where you can show whatever you want and don't show what you don't want.
Exactly. Yeah. You show your strengths.
Okay.
You already know what you're doing wrong there. What did Steve tell you?
To lean back, actually.
Steve told him to put his hands right behind his ears, and then it pops the lats out more, too.
I have a tendency to grab the back of my head.
He said when it comes down more, it pushes the lat
Still
out.
a good shot, though.
Yeah.
It's still a good shot. But you see, is pushing the head and crunching the stomach. You don't want to crunch the stomach. You want to elongate and then just tighten the stomach, not the whole body.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely coming down on my abs here.
Yeah, it's just, that's why when you train, we say stretch, create that gap. So once you feel, that gap is there, then you know just how much to crunch down, not to overdo it.
Okay.
All right, this is prejudging.
Okay, that's there was one more call out before this.
This was the first call out. Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
the
when they
first-
walked out? Yeah.
Yeah, that first call out, that was like freaky.
That was just when they walked out.
Yeah,
And then
that,
this
I
was
would
when
love
they
to
called
see
him.
that footage. You were considerably better than that first one.
Yeah.
Here you were still competitive, right? But you started fading.
But I had already been patted down backstage before this.
Yeah. You got to give it credit to Boniak. Boniak is most consistent.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Dexter Jackson of this era. And I just hope to God he doesn't
You want me to just keep
retire.
going through these?
Keep going. So front double. Okay. Nick improved the balance. Before it was like way overpowering upstairs. Now the legs are bigger. There's look at even his lateralis, right lateralis from this angle. You can see it. Yeah. You kind of already faded here a little bit.
I see it. I can see it already. And I'm sweating.
This is what's his name? Krizo's pose. Front of biceps.
I told Regan, I
Those
said you get in a call out with 4 guys, and 3 of the 4 guys have some of the best arms ever.
Yeah, literally this lineup.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's funny is pumped up. My arms are 22.5 inches pumped.
Well, you're also 6 foot tall,
Yeah. So
As big as
It's a
mine.
huge difference,
that's what makes Krizo even more impressive because he's like 6'1", and what are those things? 25?
They got me 24 plus.
Like
I see what you're saying. Nick's lat spread is not so bad.
no.
In person, it's not what we see
Yeah,
online.
I don't know why I'm always stuck with. I didn't like it. But this
He's
looks
improved.
pretty good. Yeah,
But his inner thighs are really developed, and that's where it makes his sweep not as apparent. So if he can continue to work his outer sweep from the front, I mean, he's got crazy hamstrings. So I mean, he doesn't need to develop any more hamstrings.
I think this is Regan's best frontal pose from the front. Better than double biceps. Better than most muscular. This is your best front pose, I think.
It shows his width, right?
Shape, width, thickness, everything. I like it. Surprisingly, Krizo looks good too. I mean, for me, he has a wider waist, but right now, when I look at it, you said pretty big legs. I kind of had a impression he had a flat flattish legs, but this is pretty good.
Just his glutes, really.
Yeah. And you said Krizo has insane conditioning, right?
It was good, man. It was really.
He posed. When he posed for Steve, I was actually there.
Okay.
He looks.
Everybody looks
ridiculous
good.
in person.
Yeah, look at this one. Everybody looks good. I love Boniak inside chest, crazy. Nick looks ridiculous. You look very good. I mean, you're standing next to the monsters, right? Ooh, Krizo. Yeah, that's
Krizo improved though.
That's his post.
He made a lot of improvements, especially from his. Like we talk about the glutes and hamstrings needed more. He's on his way.
Look at that. In the post first, out of the post
Steve said,
last.
"Get in the post first."
Way to go! Way to go!
It's fast. It happens fast.
Mm-hmm.
You literally have to like.
You know what I'm noticing too? Even when I'm looking at you and Nick next to each other, Nick flexes the calves and you're not. That's something that's noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, why flex when you're on the stage?
I don't know.
Why bother? You don't need to flex.
Nick's legs from behind have really
Yes.
like you can see the outer sweep on the thigh now. Because remember, the more detail you have on the hamstrings, that's why Regan's legs look so gigantic because
crazy.
he's got so much detail, and it goes a long way. I mean, Krizo's arms are just if he could actually pop his. He can't roll his shoulders. Yes, but that's what I was talking about with you. Like you can still. It looks good, but it looks good. That pose looks good for you.
Your left biceps is peaking more than right, eh?
Yeah, because this one is the shoulder's more tight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Regan actually looks good next to Nick, and Nick's, if not the best in the business, he's right there.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, we're looking at pictures. In person, Nick was just next level.
Yeah.
Is that competitive? Okay.
I mean, people thought Bonick had a better shot of winning, but I didn't see that.
Bonick, better shot of winning over
They
Nick?
said there were some people that thought Bonick could have been closer. Did he have any score? What was the scores? Did anyone have Bonick in first? Okay. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If they did, they were thrown out.
Okay.
No, for sure.
Bonick looked phenomenal. There's no question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to love.
He's consistent, man.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's really consistent. I mean, how many shows has he done? I mean, he's not.
Yeah,
This is
he
third this
I don't
year.
even know if he's done it.
Did Detroit?
He's probably doing Dubai.
Were you surprised with Sauce?
Yeah, we'll talk about him too. He set his standard so high with this last two outings. Chris doesn't think that he was off. It was just he said something oil and color. I think he was good if this was the first time Sass appeared. But Sass appeared after two great showings, so in comparison, he failed. And I mean, he's going to be a main contest in a couple of days.
What do you think about this side tricep?
Okay. Well,
Actually, Krizo looks ridiculous there.
yeah, Krizo looks very. That's his shot. I think he mentioned on his YouTube that that's his best shot. But his best shot is crab
Chest,
muscular.
the
has a
arms,
massive
the waist
chest.
is in his legs.
Look, actually, Nick looks better than he looked in Pittsburgh.
He has flute.
He rolled the left shoulder in.
Yeah,
Now you
flat,
see,
in flat stomach too.
yeah. Stomach, he's always flat.
Yeah. From the
but,
side. Yeah, the
but
side
before in Pittsburgh, he was high in that shoulder. You couldn't see the second pair of chest, and then he didn't appear that wide. You're doing it good. You're doing Jay Cutler kind of.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I think about.
What would Jay do?
Yeah. WWJD.
Yeah. And Boniak, he doesn't feel comfortable on this side, I think. He was doing all his life the other side. And there's something that I've seen a little bit. It's interesting. When he lifts the arm, right arm to the elbow is a little bit short. I didn't see that before. But then when you turn around, I didn't see any injury or tear. But just the fact that he turned to this side, probably he noticed it. But you know, when you all your life do one side triceps, and then I told you, okay, now do the other
Feels weird.
side.
It feels really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick looks great.
Like, can you do both side triceps?
No,
Right? I can't either.
I can't do one side.
I think
I don't have
about
the
I think about doing it. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
So they talk about Nick's
Look at
not
that.
being aesthetic.
Your abs. There you go, my man. Look at that.
That's what you want
See
every
it?
time. That's what you want every time.
Exactly.
I swear to God, when I think about flexing my abs, I think about
Don't change.
bugging the shit out of me.
It's my hey, I'm doing
it works though.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so much.
He'd be like, flex your abs.
I'm flexing
more abs.
them, dude.
Hey, listen, I can do those ringtones. You know, lately I've been on the fire. You know, motherfucker. You know,
You know
Flex
what?
your abs.
Yeah.
When he was posing with Steve, he pulled him in, and Steve said, "Pull him in even more," and you did, and he pulled him in even more.
There's always that.
There's always another level.
You got to tell yourself that.
Please, just tell me. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at those abs. 6 packs, intercostals, linea alba, everything is there. So now you have those abs all the time.
It's the line.
What's the linear alba?
That's the middle line.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I pronounce it differently because we say linea. Oh,
You have
whatever.
that line.
Yeah.
Because if you just have like the abs across,
Yeah.
Learn
without
something
You know
every
that,
day.
that middle line right here, right? And then look at this is perfect abs. That pisses me off, right?
As good as yours.
You know, close. I mean, I had
No,
a,
you did. You did.
Yeah.
you had the best abs.
How about those legs I showed you?
You know, I wanted to mention that, like, the guys used to stand with their legs really close.
That's it.
Yeah.
Feet
They
together.
just now it's just gone
Yeah.
haywire, right?
I sent him the.
So I remember Roden used to do that.
No, they all did.
Right next to each other.
The picture he sent us, it's,
Yeah.
they were all like feet together.
But Regan, please, I mean, just look at those abs. Show's over. I mean, that's what you're going to need because here's
have that this weekend.
Here is Sasan. Look at Sasan's abs.
I
Right?
have my abs. Like, I'm even harder this
He's
week.
got some good abs.
Yeah. Sasan has great
Yeah,
abs.
great abs.
So Samir Binu was trying to tell me to keep my legs closer. They'll look bigger. He messaged me on Instagram.
There you
We've
go.
been saying that for. I mean, everyone puts their legs.
think
Derek
so?
puts them apart too. I don't know.
Like
You have to
if-
try it.
Yeah, holy shit, Nick Walker. Look at that.
That's his pose. Like
Holy
no
shit.
one comes close to this pose.
Yeah.
for him.
William looks good for William, right? But then when you compare, you know, him and Nick wins.
Nick's just too powerful
Yeah.
in this pose, man.
Now, I like it. You have an aesthetic, most muscular, but you still have a shape. You know what I mean? Most muscular is power pose. It's not aesthetic. But if you can bring aesthetics to it, like this, just
I
full and ripped.
Just need a little more upstairs.
I think the only person that can contend with Nick in this shot is
Hottie.
Hottie. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And even though Hottie's much smaller, he just looks.
Samson could too.
Samson and Andrew.
Yeah, Matt Sampson.
But Samson doesn't get that gnarly, grainy hard. That
Not
these
not
guys-
yet. Maybe he'll surprise us. At the
But if he
Olympia,
does
you
this
know?
year,
But Samson has like 17 more
Yeah.
pounds of the pecs.
That's right.
he does have
that's
the
true.
muscle. He
His
does.
pecs are ridiculous.
They're
Yeah.
freaking huge.
And Kriza. Kriza should do the other shot. You know,
this?
the crab.
Yeah.
But this is a good shot for you. Still, here you were hanging, you know. You start fading.
Yeah.
And then the next comparison, you were faded even more.
Even more.
Yeah.
This is finals.
So, okay, well, just a quick thing before we watch this. So I go after the prejudge. I go back to the tanning, or after the prejudge, I go upstairs. I get to rinse off, right? Because we realized, okay, shit, he had the bronzer on. We can't be doing that. So we just need to do the super dark. So I'm like, okay, I go down, met her like maybe an hour and a half later. She sprays me down with the super dark, no bronzer, which is great. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I need to be darker, I think, you know? And she's like, no. Over time, it gets darker. I'm like, no, like, I really think, like, we should do another coat. She's like, no, trust me. I'm like, okay. So anyways, a couple of, maybe 5 hours later, then we're back on this stage now. I'm like, look at me. Look how white I am.
Yeah, this is what you look like.
I'm literally white, man.
I mean,
he said you look like a no shameless plug here.
it
L
didn't
Carnitine
matter.
Liquid 3000. Get it on sale. JCutler.com.
It didn't matter. I look like the guy that showed up to the
look like
amateur
albino.
show that just didn't get the tan.
yeah, exactly.
He looks like a meme.
You were like,
No, it's not.
You were trying to make a statement, you know, like, let's see what white looks
At
like.
least you're not as white as the New York Pro sign behind you.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, I'm damn close.
it blends in.
I'm damn close, man.
It blends in.
All right, I'll go with this.
Holy hell.
Even if I would have peaked nicer for the finals here, the tan, it throws it off so much anyway.
Yeah, look at Nick's stand. Nick's stand is perfect.
Nick is so dark.
See,
Except his face. He's always like a phantom of the opera.
She thought Nick's was too dark.
Yeah, that's what
A
I
little
heard.
too dark.
I heard it was
Pro-Tan
too dark
team
as
said
well.
that.
Yeah.
A little too dark for him.
Yeah.
He's not darker than Boniak, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, look at me between them. Like
Yeah.
look how white I am, man.
It hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
Every one of them is a different colored tan.
Literally.
Yeah. Hey, this looks like one coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, 4 coats.
Yeah. You got cherry. You got. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go through these.
You look like vanilla.
You're right. French
Oh,
vanilla.
shit. Look at your abs when you hit the.
Yeah, I
left
just
side.
actually noticed that.
Hey,
When he pulled it, right there.
what does that mean? I have them. I'm not showing them. When you go back and your abs are perfect.
Oh,
Here, watch. I'll do it. I'll go back.
Okay.
when I get into that.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay.
Okay.
Which means they're there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's some abs there. I mean,
Come on. I mean, you know I love you. You can be mad at me, but
no, I'm never actually mad. I'm just joking. But.
yeah, no, this is the only time I see him mad.
Yeah, no, actually.
He's loving, always smiling and all this stuff, and you can see it in his eyes like, oh man, he just had it with
I
me.
was frustrated for sure.
Ooh. Everybody. Oh, so you did a little bit old-fashioned chest ups, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was good too.
Like, I feel like I actually do look pretty good in the finals here. I just really unimpressed with my color.
Yeah, you do look good.
If I'm looking at all the details, like even my lower lats there are in.
You look huge next to Nick, even,
Yeah.
I for some reason, I actually haven't got to review this, Matt, and you just gatekeeping all this content.
I got this on the internet, so you must not have searched.
This is good. This is good. Look at. He's good.
Look at the hammies.
That's off the chart. That's your trademark. This is like one of the best, if not the best, in the business in that area. Okay. You see, Nick was like kind of reaching too far out, and he didn't show his arm correctly on this one. Ooh, let's see. Not bad, not bad. Better.
Rizzo does like a bit of a side.
Yeah.
Same with Bonick, though, right?
Yeah.
Did Tyler say he didn't like that, right? He wants from the front, right?
No, Tyler said that he accepts all three.
Oh,
Back
okay.
this,
Okay.
which I disagree, but what can we do? Not bad here. Look at you. You're standing next to the freak, Goddamn Crizo, look at this.
In my mind, I actually thought I missed the peak worse than what I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
I thought you looked better at the night.
Did you think so? And I'm just so
Because you weren't sweating and you could actually see detail instead of the shine.
yeah. I didn't sweat. I'm just so disappointed in the color. Honestly, I feel like it makes such a big difference.
What color?
Well, yeah. Exactly. I look the same color as my first coat I've done now.
All right, I'm out of this.
Wow.
Well, but hey, learning experience in you are favorite to win now, but then you have to prove it. You have to show it.
We're already thinking about what you're going to look like at the Olympia compared to the top guys. That's so like qualification. I mean, like you said, you've qualified every time you've ever done it, and you're putting the shows on a list now to say, okay, you're going to work until qualification.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Back when we did it, we had to qualify. If we wanted contracts, bro, we had no choice.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while anyway, at least in the early
I had
days.
to.
Yeah.
You were always there in
So, I mean, that's why I think also it kind of gave us the energy to go compete in so many contests. But I think with, it's all about improvement. I mean, like we said, there's poses that even Nick, who won, he could have done some posing better.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be on point, but when we start talking about the Olympia, I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to stand on stage, and you were 9th last time?
Yeah.
I mean, to move up.
Yeah.
We talk about like who we expect to be at the top. I mean, Krizo still hasn't qualified, right? Is he still the only one here besides Regan?
The guy, the last time he competed, Krizo and Antonio Burton placed ahead of him. Neither of them have qualified yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Antonio's
doing Reno.
yeah.
Krizo, I'm shocked he went home.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
I'm assuming he's going to do Spain.
There's a lot of
which is in
Europe.
2 weeks.
Oh, yes.
The Spain show's right
I was
before
gonna say
Dubai.
maybe Toronto, but
3 weeks.
probably stay in Spain.
But if he's going back home, why not go over to Spain? There's a Spain.
You have
there's
Reno, you have
shows in
Toronto,
Portugal,
then Spain, then Dubai, right?
and then there's another show in
Italy, yeah.
and another one in Portugal.
Yeah, so I'm 100% locked in for Toronto.
Yeah,
You know, obviously this weekend.
You have to do that.
Dude, I
shot.
haven't competed in Canada. Well, 2017 I did Vancouver Pro. That was my debut year in open bodybuilding. But I haven't competed in Toronto since 2014.
You're an amateur.
Amateur. Yeah.
So it's your first pro show in
First pro show there. I can have. I think I'm going to have 60 family members there. It's going to be so cool.
Man.
So did you get to eat after the contest a little bit?
Yeah. No, yeah. He's like, go enjoy tonight a little bit.
And then
it's never a good idea to go insane.
Sunday you did guys event, and then what? You went right back home and did depletion. I saw you were eating some fish and asparagus.
Basically, right back to around 150 carbs a day. Yeah.
So would you find yourself happy you were down to 150 after eating so many carbs as you carbing up, or?
Yeah, because it's probably almost 4,000 carbs, but from Wednesday to the show almost.
Were you
maybe.
Stuffed?
No, I was just so hungry. I could have eaten way more. Yeah, honestly, I felt like I eat a meal and it's just
That's
gone.
for you.
It's just gone.
So cream of rice seems to be your go-to for carbs.
Cream
Are
of
you doing anything
So
else?
I do cream of rice, cream of rice.
Okay.
Biggest difference is that I eat essentially next to no protein. I do 50 grams of of raw 50 grams of raw chicken in every other meal. And that's it.
The protein's way
protein,
down.
No protein in the cream of rice meals. A little bit of protein in the rice.
Yeah,
doesn't,
there's
mine
research-
doesn't like that.
No,
I don't.
no.
You could find from 30 years ago. I'm not a research study or all this, but you can find right now if you pull. There is much greater glycogen repletion when there are amino acids with the glucose.
Of protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not just glucose. I hardly ever had just carbs. So if you had a small amount of protein,
Yeah.
with the whatever amount of carbs,
Yeah.
those carbs are going to stick.
Does there have
more
to be a
it.
certain amount of protein or just some?
Some.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't disagree with him
Yeah.
going much less. I don't know whether you go 170 grams of chicken or something occasionally, right? But just in general, okay, now it's ChatGPT or whatever else, it's a greater retention of glycogen when you add some amino.
He's going to tell you that's why it didn't stick.
No, I still don't have an answer, because he impressed me. We didn't see that footage. I know your body, so well.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. When you hit that stage, holy hell.
Oh.
I didn't think that you can beat Nick. Of course, Nick is still the dance monster.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just out-aesthetic him completely, but there are some power shots.
As far as condition, I feel it was really close to the Reno show. Because that for me, I feel like that was my best, the best I ever felt on the stage ever.
Yeah.
That Reno one.
The combination was
It was
beautiful.
damn close. It was damn close because, then I got beat by Clarita, but let's not get into it.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No, listen, but on a serious note, now, for this year, you're making a comeback. You already showed up on the stage. Your fat is gone. Each and every show you can eat up, grow into the show like Kevin Lebroni used to do, like Franco Colombo used to do. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
And kind of what I was doing, because that's why I was competing so often.
yeah, you could change things, get better.
You're not going to need to do really 150 carbs. Now you're doing 150 carbs because you had a 4,000. So, okay, we need to kind of, right?
Right.
But if you don't overdo it, then Toronto, you can probably put 2-3 pounds of quality and that fullness.
Inside the muscle, yeah.
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 Are you more motivated now?
Oh, man, not even, it's not even close to the same mentality anymore. Yeah. Like I said, this show is make or break me. And it's completely given me this whole new fire, honestly.
You're aesthetic king. You're the most aesthetic guy in the industry. Is this fair statement? You're not close to the classic king, of course. Sorry.
No, who could be close?
That's impossible. Yeah, exactly. But you have that size and width and height.
Yeah, it's time to fulfill the potential.
What's your goal to place at the Mr. Olympia?
Top 6.
Top 6, yeah.
When Nick says top 3, I say top 6. Yeah.
Is that realistic?
If he makes the changes. If he has enough time.
Yeah.
And where are you going to train when you do this prep?
Fit club.
Are you going to stay in Vegas, or are you going home for a while? Or
hell no. This is my place.
Yeah.
I feel so good here.
Wait, so if you go and do Toronto,
no
matter what happens this weekend, like how long do you stay up there?
Maybe a week.
Maybe a week. See my family.
You still want to do the Dubai, right?
I'd love to see my brother. He's up there. I haven't seen him in a long time, so he has two kids too. So just see some family members. Maybe spend a week, and then I want to get back. But Dubai is a big question mark because we're extending now after Toronto. That's another 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we gotta take a look at the schedule. I mean, Olympia is going to come quick.
I think Olympia is 12 weeks after.
Dubai, right? Look, of course.
How many weeks after Dubai is the Olympia?
It might be 11.
Really? That's close?
Because I'm sorry. It's June.
I thought it was like 15,
more.
16.
No, it's more. I was thinking it was July.
June 22nd.
Okay.
So maybe 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sick of being on a diet yet, or
no?
Okay.
No, not
I mean,
actually.
The way I look at it, of course, I'm Behruz coach and I love Behruz physique. Your and Behruz physique are very similar.
It would be really cool getting up there.
That's for me, hashtag bodybuilding all day long.
Yeah, I just.
It would be very close.
We'd have to just, see where we're at after Toronto and kind of base it off that. But I don't see it, of course.
Don't force it.
Yeah. Of course, it's a great opportunity. Yeah. I went to the Dubai show. Was it last year or the year before?
We were there last year.
We were there last year. It was a sick show. They upped the money. I mean, it's just a bonus, which is cool. But if that's going to affect me making progress for Olympia,
my opinion is you wouldn't. Okay, if you ask me, right?
And why do you think this though?
Yeah, because you listen. You don't want to do this.
No.
No. For Olympia, I'm going to put the size.
Huge. Yeah, no, get fat.
Yeah. So for me, definition of bodybuilding is not allowing any body fat. You never want to allow body fat. Okay, if it happens a little bit, okay. But if you just go off season, off, you're going to gain way too much fat.
I don't know. We almost need to get rid of that word.
Yeah, off season. Yeah, exactly.
It almost needs to go.
And then cheat meal. Why would you cheat?
Improvement season, not off season.
Listen, off and cheat. Those two words should be. Do you want to cheat yourself in anything?
Yeah, exactly.
So why would I cheat myself? Oh, I want to refeed with something. Okay.
Yeah, refeed. Okay.
What if we have those Serbian treats that you get?
Which ones?
The ones from that deli.
Do you really look as good in that picture that Angie was showing me, or?
That was
2018.
Oh, I was going to say.
Yeah.
We thought you looked like it now.
Yeah. So hey, I told you.
Did you Photoshop?
No. I have to tell the audience, your significant other and your significant other touch the real man, and they're cursed now. They know what it feels like.
Yeah, but I thought that was recent. I said, wow, that's pretty good.
Recent, not so recent, doesn't matter. What difference does it make?
But you could get there in a couple. You could get there, no?
How many diuretics?
When was 2018? How many years?
I didn't. Come on.
It was 8 years ago.
That was 2019, actually.
Oh, okay.
6 years.
But you see my January Jay Cutler transformation-inspired video that I posted? I'm fucking ripped.
I'm going to get huge again.
Oh, Milos, when we did Reno,
comeback.
You got that ab shot. You were in really good shape there. That was like 2021?
Listen,
2020.
Yeah.
His legs are bad.
You had ab.
Yeah, my legs.
His knees.
I'm teasing those guys about Flamingo Club. I belong to one. I'm a president now.
Hey, you still do the super slows, though.
No, I can't do it.
You can't do it?
Squat and get up. Jay was with Hunter in the UFC, right? And I walk in and he goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ, what happened with your hips?" I said, "What do you mean?" He could see just by the way I'm walking.
No way.
My hip is gone.
Are you going to get it done, or?
I have to do it. Just like you said right now, when you're right, gone,
Yeah.
then you compensate to the left.
Yeah.
And then you create a problem on the left.
On the left. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, this
so
is exactly.
strange.
And then my left knee freaked out. Now my right knee hurts too.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Can we address? We're not going over the California show, right? Can we address the controversy you caused this week?
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can. This is good to talk about it. At Old School Podcast, Jose Raimon was our guest, and he was telling me, Chris, and Dennis that he saw Good Vito looking outstanding. Best eye in business, what Chris Tocido is calling him, right?
He's got a great eye.
Yeah, he has a great eye, and he says, like, look at guys, I can see him top 3, beating Martin and giving trouble to these guys, right? So either way, very good condition. This is expert, right? So I guess Giles saw that commentary and said, you guys, he's not that good. You got excited over anything. The kid is not a Jedi yet. He needs improvements, and he's not going to make top 5. So there is no benefit of him competing at Pittsburgh show. He should just do Olympia. He's already qualified. So as I love Giles, I talked to him many times before, and he said some stupid shit throughout the years. I always tell him, hey, listen, you're supposed to be an expert. Don't talk stupid shit. Okay. Privately. So he got overly sensitive on that. Okay. So I sent him one time, are there any benefits to competing other than placing? He doesn't answer first time and second time and third and fourth. I mean, he just get defensive. So Good Vito, fresh rookie that only competed in Brazil twice and once in Detroit, that not too many people saw him, can go in the Pittsburgh, inaugural Pittsburgh Pro. All the eyes are there.
Yeah, it would have been huge.
So the number one Mr. Olympia winner, Derek, was there. Second place finisher, William Boniak. Third place finisher, Nick Walker. Fourth place finisher, Martin. And you ain't a mix that you're going to stand on the stage being compared with those guys.
And the top judges.
And the top judges. And a sponsor that maybe can pick you up, and a promoter to call you for guest posing. Multiple benefits.
So your question is, he didn't think it would be beneficial. I agree with what he said, though.
What?
He would have trouble making that top 5. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I was thinking Martin was going to be top Martin.
Okay, so you agreed that maybe he would not place the top 5. Even so. So then I gave him the picture that I sent you, 97 European Grand Prix Tour. 97, I was 10th. Chris was 8th, Ronnie was 9th, I was 10th. I go to 7 European shows knowing I cannot make the top 5. And I never made the top 5. But that picture you saw me with Kevin and Nasser. Nasser placed second to Dorian, right? That was one of those things. Priceless experience. Priceless memories, right? I mean, shit. I remember Nasser's breath. I remember who was in the first row, right? I mean, so you sharpen your tools. You get that experience. Like, you do not say, oh, it's a bad idea to compete. So on that note, because you said you agree with him, so you agree that there was no benefit of him competing?
No. He's not at the level yet of the guys he was competing, but how would he have placed in Pittsburgh? Tell me. If
probably
he was better.
Probably third or fourth.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're
probably
correct.
third or fourth.
But this aside,
who would have thought Martin would be?
But hold on. That's irrelevant. Even if he plays 6th, he's there compared to Derek.
Martin is improving a lot.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Now that you started the topic, I want to finish it. Okay. So get this. Oh, go to Olympia. You think that Good Vito is going to be a first call out? Oh, you can compete with those guys there. You think he's going to have that chance at Olympia stage?
You're going to want to see him before. But the thing is, above all of this, didn't he not hurt himself?
Yeah, then he hurt himself. But, just for people.
So none of this really.
Because now I'm that crazy lunatic. Listen, you guys.
He couldn't do it if he wanted.
I think you just wanted to be seen.
Yeah, that's.
You wanted him to be seen, yeah.
No, I need desperately to look like a lunatic on a.
All I see is like the thumbnails of you saying
Being
mother
crazy.
effer.
Yeah.
So
Did you really say that?
Listen, hold on.
Who the?
No, hold on. This is how it is. That was.
You want to apologize publicly to guys?
No.
I think you should.
Apologize for what?
For calling.
No. Hold on, because you don't know the story. Okay, you just touched the story.
You're trying to stir shit.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Because
asking-
you asked me to explain.
Because is it okay now? Are you guys okay?
How's Bob doing? Did you have a coffee this morning with him?
No, I didn't have it. Stop bombarding me with all this stuff, so I'm going to have to shut you up too.
He's going to start swearing at you.
Yeah, I'm dangerous.
Swear at
individual.
me, Milos.
Listen. No. So the whole idea was to say, like, listen, there are multiple benefits of him competing.
Yes.
And he never agreed. And he goes, okay, he's going to debate with me all day long on Ron's podcast. It's okay, I'm coming. So I thought it's going to be easy for me to ask one question. Are there, and I'm going to ask all three of you, are there any benefits to compete other than placings, especially for good Vito in his situation now? Are there?
I'll answer.
You answer.
100% yes.
100% yes.
For this reason. He's still a newer guy. He has not stood next to some of the top guys. He's similar height to a lot of them. If he would have done well, it could have pushed him forward towards the next time they compete at the Olympia. So, yes.
Multiple benefits.
Yes.
Are there any benefits for him?
Oh yeah, I agree.
No, but you agree
But I don't
with
think you need to go
Giles.
nuts.
You don't, no. So hold on. So all I have to do, because I send him WhatsApp messages, IG messages, and he still he doesn't understand questions. Oh, Milos, you always want to be right, don't you? I said, no, I don't. But here I'm slam dunk 100% right? So he wants to debate. So I go to debate.
You love debating.
No, I like.
But it's
difference in opinion.
But it's his opinion.
So listen, my opinion is, are there any benefits? He never answered. So for 1 hour, I'm going, okay, this is now, are you a stupid motherfucker not to see it, right? And first I said it lovingly, you can call each other stupid motherfucker, you wouldn't be offended, right?
No.
Yeah, stupid motherfucker, you see? It's
Just
no
ignore what
problem.
everyone says.
So anyway, it came to the point, he would not let me speak. Watch it. So I'm asking one question only, and you can't even fucking answer it? So then, I said, okay, shut the fuck up, stupid motherfucker. So on that note, I'm doing, I'm a Jay Cutler businessman right now. I'm making the ringtones. I can do this, who the fuck are you? And then you tell me the name. Stupid motherfucker with your name, right? Shut the fuck up. And what was the other one? I forgot now. Something.
Those are the two.
I just thought of it.
And hit your abs. Hit your abs. So I'm doing a ringtone business.
Why is he not doing videos?
I have a
cussing
memorial.
people out and sending it. You know how many people pay you $100?
I have a memorial sale.
You need to do cameos now.
Are you not in Cameo?
I have a cameo, yeah.
Well, you should. You should cuss
Yeah.
people out.
I'm doing cameo cussing out.
Price.
We'll put
Do
Milos
you have a cameo account?
Do you have a Cameo?
As a matter of fact, I did one last
Do you have a
night.
Cameo account for real?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, then you need to market it.
I don't know the name, but I would just put my name. Yes.
Search on Milos Sarcev.
Milos, yeah.
So if you want me to call you stupid motherfucker, please.
That's pretty funny.
What about since we're talking about controversy stuff? What about the Andrew Jacked Murray?
Andrew Jack is man of few words. I'm really surprised, right?
Yeah, me too. I to see him
Go
speak
outside.
out,
Yeah.
it feels out of character. I mean, it's interesting. Interesting.
Anyway.
But I think he was very upset about it.
Yeah, well, let's touch the subject of the prize money, right? I mean,
We're off to California.
Then we go to Cali.
I'm
yeah, you
getting
need to
tired.
go. Yeah, you need to go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. Yeah. Hey, I mean,
So you guys didn't realize that you guys are in danger with the, I bite. After the stupid motherfucker, next thing is biting.
Really?
I didn't-
You know who the highlight of this show is? Capone. With his tongue out.
Yeah, what?
Capone was chilling this whole.
such a good boy.
We have a new puppy. Did you see the new puppy?
So
No.
cute.
You got a
Yeah.
puppy.
The same?
Yeah.
Capone. You know what?
It's a female.
Capone's a little. You can tell he's still a little sad.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
you can see it in him. Normally he comes through here and he runs all over and he kisses everybody. And this time he's still a little.
We had no plan to get up. She happened to look that morning, found a breeder, and we called her. We went there, picked up a new puppy.
Of course.
We flew back with her yesterday. She was great on the plane.
Oh, you found one in
Boston, yeah, outside of
Oh,
Boston,
She's
Chelmsford.
cute, real cute. He put it on his social.
I saw the picture.
pounds,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so
2 pounds.
cute, man.
Yeah.
So now
Reminds me, I have the same dogs. Two of the same dogs.
everyone will be seeing him at the expo soon. So
Perfect.
Well, listen, we
What's-
appreciate you coming
what's
on.
your next event? Where are you going next?
Nashville, Tennessee. I'm at the Music City Fit Expo, and then I'll be at Protein House in Sacramento on the 7th.
Perfect. So expect him there, guys.
Who knows? I may show up in California this weekend.
That'd be sick.
Are you?
I mean,
I'm thinking about it, yeah, because we have no
Shit.
kitchen right now. We have literally no countertops. All our
Wait,
gas
yeah.
bottles.
little weekend getaway. And,
Well, I mean,
You're driving or flying?
oh shit, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
we got the little puppy. That's the only hard
Nice.
part.
Oh.
You know?
You're gonna piss it. I recorded.
No, she's already kind of trained.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she follow suit kind of a little bit? Or?
I've been putting her in their house and go on the pad, so she's good.
Nice. That's huge.
Yep.
So
Sorry.
thank you, Milos. Regan, crush it
Good
this
luck.
weekend.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Matt will be steering the ship over there,
Absolutely.
and we'll see it all on film.
I steer the ship like the Titanic.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I was waiting for your updates.
So shout out we're
Oh,
posting
yeah.
this.
I'm gonna tomorrow.
So you're doing like literally like
YouTube series. So like we're literally filming like today, and then the video pretty much goes up within 12 hours. So
what on the YouTube channel?
yeah, YouTube
Grimes?
channel Regan Grimes.
Are we gonna see you post now?
Yeah. I'm gonna post quick
Yeah,
for you guys.
for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sick.
All right,
Let's do it.
Well, we're out.
exclusive on.
Thank you guys.
his
Comment
channel.
below if you guys disagree or
Or if you want Milos to cuss you out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.